Kid-free weddings are a frequent topic, but oh boy, the entitlement of this person. Hey otters, it's your girl Katie here. I'm a wedding planner and I love to go into drama and a little bit of educational stuff. If you are here and you are also planning your wedding, then check out my free wedding planning timeline in the description below. If you're not here for that, then let's go on this wild ride together. You know, my planning timeline can help with a lot, but it can't help you with this kind of mess. Before I get into it, if we don't learn anything from this mess, we're gonna give it the big fat solder seal of failure. And don't forget to nuzzle that like button and put a ring on that subscribe, but keep it PG for me, okay? Today's story from Reddit is titled AITA for refusing to go to my sister's wedding, knowing that it means most of our family won't attend. Okay, that sounds really dramatic. Let's get into it. I, 40 female, am significantly older than my sister, 25 female. As such, after she was born, I was repeatedly looked over and parentified by my parents in favor of her. Examples of this include giving my old clothes and toys to her without my permission, rather than preserving them as a keepsake of my childhood. In short, my inner child has had to do a lot of healing over the years. I am low contact with my parents and sister, but apparently she is engaged and wants me to be part of the wedding party. Now, I'm not comfortable around children of any age. It is part of my trauma. Being around them for me comes with a sense of responsibility that reminds me of the neglect I suffered at the hands of my family. My sister knows this, so I assumed with her asking me to be in the wedding that the wedding would be child-free. That is a big assumption to make. That is probably her first mistake, making that assumption. During a discussion, she mentioned her fiance's best friend's daughter would be serving as flower girl and our cousin's son would be ring bearer. I reminded her that I would not be comfortable around children and expressed my disappointment that she would invite me to be in a wedding that is not child-free. She looked sad for a second and told me that there were many young children and families that are close to her and her fiance, and the day would feel incomplete without them. And if I really wasn't comfortable around children to that extent, she would understand if I am unable to attend. I was shocked that she would uninvite me in the favor of random kids, and it reminded me of being thrown aside in favor of her when we were young, so I left to collect myself. These are not random kids. These are people that they're comfortable and want to have there. I attempted to ask my parents to talk some sense into her, but surprise, surprise, they took her side. At this point, I was deeply hurt and needed an outlet, so I did something that might make me the a-hole. I am friends with some other family members on Facebook, and I made a post about how my sister was kicking me out of the wedding and that my parents were taking her side, all because of the trauma that they contributed to themselves. I didn't go into detail because I didn't think it was anyone else's business. I just wanted to vent. Now, people are apparently refusing to go to my sister's wedding unless I am reinstated as part of the wedding. She and my parents are begging me to come, but still refusing to budge on the children being there. So it doesn't make much of a difference to me. I do feel bad because I didn't know that our family would refuse to come, but I cannot go to an event that has that many children running around or retract my statement because I don't want the family to think I lied. AITA for refusing to go? Edit. For those you suggesting therapy, I am in therapy. My therapist is incredible and helped me realize how heavily my past has affected me. I have yet to discuss the Facebook post with her, but we'll see what she has to say. There's no further updates. Yeah, I'm sorry. There might be some other trauma that is just simply not written, but to me, this sounds like entitlement. You were 15 when your sister was born. Of course she got hand-me-downs. That makes sense. And I don't understand wanting all of these things from your childhood. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm just not a sentimental person. Okay, let's see what other people have to say. J Penelope writes, "You're the a-hole. Your parents giving you hand-me-downs to your sister is not parentification, it's economics. You didn't lose your childhood because your sister wore your old sweatshirt or played in your old playpen. One could easily turn things around and your sister could complain that she was treated worse because while her older sister got all her things new, she had to make do with 15-year-old leftovers." She continues by saying, "Your sister didn't uninvite you. She accepted that you declined the invitation because apparently being within 100 feet of anyone under the age of 18 gives you hives." Yeah, blasting her all over social media, deliberately omitting details so that she would look like the villain is the true cherry on the cake. It's like, yeah, she's kind of saying like it's super normal for there to be a flower girl and ring bearer, which is true. I mean, a lot of weddings have those. Yeah, maybe there's some details that aren't here that are like, yeah, you've been neglected, but like, OP did reply down in the comments, and it seems like she was once asked to watch her then 9-year-old sister overnight during a family emergency, and she, as a teenager and an adult, was expected to do more chores than her sister, a child. I'm sorry, this just sounds really normal to me. This is, the entitlement is, I really hope this person sees therapy, and I really hope that that sister got a good wedding after all. Pancreatically Broke wrote, to be fair, it doesn't really matter whether she did suffer abuse or not. Her trauma isn't her fault, that is true, but it is her responsibility. If you can't even be around children for a loved one's ceremony, that must be really difficult. But then you also have to either work on yourself so that you can tolerate it or step out. You don't impose your trauma onto other people. OP is not the a-hole for having trauma. She's not the a-hole for not being able to tolerate children. She's not even the a-hole for not going to her sister's wedding, demanding that the wedding be child-free and then selectively posting, you know, some kind of starring on Facebook, especially when her sister appears to have been very gracious about it, brings her so far into a-hole territory that she'd need a colonoscopy to get it any further in. Oh, that is good. Oh my god. Yep. Did we learn anything today? I didn't. Did you? Tell me if you learned anything today. Does this get the solder seal of failure? I think it does. Don't forget to check out my link in the description below for a free wedding planning timeline if that is what you're here for. Otherwise, you may want